Today I'm going to start showing you guys how to make a desk organizer. By the end, it's going to be a big piece made up of a bunch of smaller things. These two are the first main trays, the big one that's going to hold everything, and this smaller one that nestles in here, and there are going to be more that stack up in here. But these are going to be the first two base layers. There's going to be a lot more as we keep going, but everything will build up on the things that I can show you as we start with these. So let's get started. The bottom tray takes 2 sheets of the same size, so I would recommend either getting 2 of the same or of complementary colors. Step 1, we fold in half on the diagonals. Everything for these pieces will happen on these 2 diagonal folds. Step 2, we take the top and bottom, bring them down so they meet at the center fold. This is a very important step, especially as we move on to the second one later, and then we release. Step 3, take these corners, fold them into the creases we just made, and release. Step 4, take the line of this crease, lay it into the line of the quarter crease, take this bit here, fold it up, crease hard, and repeat on the top section. Step 5, take this corner and bring it to the center. Keep an eye on these lines here. Right now they'll work as a guide, and later on we can use them to measure points for our other folds. Step 6 is going to be a bit fun. So we unfold that, hang on to the points in here as we unfold these, take this corner, fold it in, following these as guidelines, and if you notice, we make a nice little box here, and then we line all these up and fold this in and crease nice and hard. Step 7, we're going to unfold here, bring this back out, bring these 2 in, but if we take this down here, sharp crease in this one little square, bring this up here, sharp crease in this one little square, that will make it easier for us to then pop these down, flip this in, tuck everything, and now we've got this part standing up. Step 8, now that we've got this bit standing up here, we can move these flaps around a little bit so that the friction of the paper against itself will keep it standing straighter. And we take this bit, fold it in, and there we have one side of our bottom tray. With the first half of the bottom tray set, we can move on to the second bit, which is roughly the same. So step 1, diagonal folds. Step 2, the most important step, bring these 2 to the center, but leave a small gap, because otherwise they will not fit together at all. Step 3, these corners to these creases. Step 4, crease into crease, fold over, crease heavily. Step 5, corner to center. Step 6, unfold, unfold, follow the lines, and fold. Step 7, unfold, unfold, retuck. Do the handy little corner bits. Back go boop. Then tuck it all in. Like that. Step 8, straighten up and tuck. And we pop this one in so it lines up, but for some reason on the second one, we invert this fold and flip it beneath. Bottom tray part 2 finished. Once you got both of these set, they slide together nice and easy. The first one can gently slip into the second one without too much trouble. And then all you gotta do is double check your folds a little bit. And tuck, and there you go. Base tray complete. You can also do this with cardstock, but I would recommend practicing with some lighter paper first so you know that you've got your stuff down, because cardstock will want to break on you. But aside from that, got a nice, neat little tray. The inner tray is a little more complex, but we start again with step 1, 2 diagonal folds, and then step 2, bring all your corners into the center and release. Step 3 is to bring these top and bottom corners to these new creases. Step 4, we do that whole crease to crease fold in, and we give it a good press and we gently release it. Step 5, we're going to give ourselves a nice little turn. Take this point, bring it to here, give a nice crease and release it. Step 6, we're going to take this crease here and invert it, so we've got a nice little triangle flap. Then we're going to take this crease and press it to the crease we just made, doing that. Then we're going to take this whole little bit here, flip it up, give that a nice hard press. So step 7, we release that, flip it around, do it on the other side. So point up into here, flip this down, then we bring this up into here, flip up, press hard, and then release. Step 8, these go out, these come in, give it a turn, bring those in, make sure they're creased well, and now we can properly start building the sides. Step 9, doing the sides. So, the best thing to do is to find where everything's going to pinch together and pre-fold it. So for something like this, it's always going to be the spot over here, where when everything comes to stand up, it'll make a bit of a triangle fold like that and come together. So if you bring your sides down, fold it a little like that, really work your thumbnail into the crease for the one spot that you can tell they're all going to come together, and then press everything into the right spots. Because you've pre-creased it, it will come together and stay that way, because you've already basically shown the paper where it needs to go, and because it already has that quote-unquote knowledge worked into it, it'll just naturally move that way because you've already worked the crease into place. And with a piece like this, with a lot of bottom pieces in the center of the tray, you can work around the bottom flaps and triangles until you've got it right where you want it. Then you can grab everything else that you got and tuck it right in there. And there you go. Bottom 2 trays.